So, basic white paper can be your practice rocket for today. I recommend other things. I know Mr. Turner brought in a bunch of toilet or paper towel rolls, and I talked him out of that because they're a pain in the butt to build with. I've done it myself. I've probably built about 30 rockets myself. I've been doing this for several years. I've been helping schools do rocket launches from 5th grade all the way up to now 11th grade. It's been a lot of fun. Okay. If you went to the STEM or STEAM conference, you saw our rocket launcher there as well. And so now it's going to be part of a little competition. So there's going to be some winners out of this school. They're actually going to get awards and recognition for their best rocket. Is that pretty cool or what? Yeah, right. Super cool. So, basic rocket. Now, if you have your head, unless you got eyes in the back of your head, you're not going to be able to see this. I do recommend you turn around. I know. I was like, dude, I'm comfortable. So, if you got the pipe in the stand, just take that pipe out of the stand. Okay? And all you got to do is roll. Okay? Roll it up, get it kind of even. You want it to sort of be wiggly, not tight. Okay? Once you get it to the wiggle factor, you can just put a little spot of tape on there. I notice you mostly have duct tape. Duct tape is more for final taping, but if you have to start taping with duct tape, that's fine too. I prefer Scotch tape to sort of get things in place. And that's all I'm doing right now is I'm just going to Scotch tape this in a couple of places. Masking tape this in a couple of places. I'm going to get it ready to go. Okay. So now I've got easy slide, okay? Because you don't want friction. Once it goes in the launch tube, which looks like this, you want it to be able to fly off, okay? Doesn't take a whole lot. So then you put it right there, and boom, we have the main rocket body. Now for the nose cone, which is your next step, recommend using this cup just about the right diameter. Take the cup, trace it around, get something like that. And you do kind of want to have to find the middle, which I'm just going to eyeball it and mark the middle right there. I don't have any scissors. You guys got scissors over there? Thank you. Scissors. This won't take long at all. You see how easy it is to build a rocket. You guys will be done, and then you can go on and do your homework and study for your next test, because I know that's what you want to do next after you finish building your rocket, right? I know. Right. I'm sure this guy in the back wants to finish reading that book. It looks like a really good book. There you go. You go right ahead and read. I know you don't need this, right? Okay. So now I cut a little circle. Circle doesn't even have to be perfect. We're paying attention here. Okay. Then you just cut from the side to the middle of the circle. Then you do the little cone twist. This is the nose cone twist. It's like magic. Boom. Now I've got a nose cone.
Easy.
Thanks. Gotta pay attention, right? Now there's other ways you can do this, but this happens to be one of the most, more even ways, I guess, more uniform ways. The nose cone, believe it or not, is not super important. The most important thing is that it is pointed straight off the middle of the rocket, which is very difficult to do. So, again, once you get it twisted up to about right there, take a little piece of tape and put some tape on the side to hold it together. Then, this is a technique that I'm just going to call the Westbury technique because I invented it. That's my last name. You take your scissors and you do a little cut like this. A couple little cuts around the side. What do you think that does? What do you think that does? That probably, you'll see momentarily, allows me to put it on the top and then hold two sides down. Because if you try to put a round cone around there and then try to squish it, all you do is get squishes, right? Follow me? Okay. So now I can just take two of those sides that I cut, then I can just pinch them, and then I can eyeball, I can break straight down and say, okay, is the point of this guy right in the middle of the rocket? I can move it around a little bit, And I can take a little teeny piece of tape and I can tape one of those sides down, right? I mean, this is just so easy, right? But that's all it is. I mean, if you don't do all that with the sides, it can be a pain in the butt to get your nose cone on straight. So now I got two sides. Now I'm going to pull two other sides down, and then I'm going to tape those guys down. Just a teeny piece of tape. If all you guys duct tape, use a teeny piece of duct tape. Don't get crazy, right? This is all pre-taping. Once you get all your pre-taping done, then you get crazy with the duct tape. But you don't want too much duct tape because you're adding mass. The more mass you have to your rocket, the more difficult it is to launch it into space. Not, right? I still have the record for the longest rocket launch. My rocket went 97 meters, which is over 300 feet. I was launching at an elementary school, and I was the last one to go, and I thought it was going to go into somebody's yard, but it just went all the way to the other side. So, here we go. Now you might call this a little bit of a base. Some people like to put, if they have some clay, you can take some clay and just drop a little nugget of clay down there, and then use some sort of long sort of stick and pack it in there. A little bit of, just a little ball of clay gives that rocket tip just a little bit more ballast. So once it gets moving, it stays on that trajectory path, right? But not too much. Again. So now I'm going to slide this on. And here we go. Okay, so now once I've done this part, I would then take strips of duct tape and come down, or I could use masking tape. Okay. A lot of people just say, oh, I'm going to start taping in a circle. No, don't start taping in a circle. Bad, bad. You got to put strips going from the tip down the body. What that does, that supplies strength, because this right here is where all of the air pressure comes out. We're going to put 60 psi inside of the major canister. We're going to release 60 psi that's in a 3-inch pipe down into a 3/4 inch pipe, which means it's actually closer to 200 or 300 psi instantaneously, and it's going to hit that rocket and make it go fly off. Okay, follow me? So that tape going down is really important. If all you do is tape around, the first thing that's going to happen is your nose cone is going to go flying off, and you're going to be sitting there laughing kind of embarrassedly that your rocket sort of failed, right? You don't want that, do we? Cool. All right. Next step, and I'll be done pretty soon. You guys can start building. Trick 2, getting your fins perfectly even. I've tried different types of fins. I've tried 4 fins. I've tried 2 fins. I've tried loop-de-loop fins like that thing over there. If you want to have a good rocket and you want to be creative, it's up to you. But just for me, 3 is easier to build and easier to work with, okay? So I take a little strip of paper and I'm wrapping it around the base. And then I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to mark it, because what I've done here is I've got the circumference of my rocket, okay? Now if you use a different material, you're going to get a different circumference. Last time I measured, I'm going to do this in millimeters. Oh, it's going to be pretty good again too. Well, mine's a little bit thinner. One of them was right at 90 millimeters. This is like closer to 88 millimeters. So that means I got to divide that by 3. And I'm going to just call it like, the ruler is all ratchet up. I can't even read the little numbers. Hold on, I'm going to take a second here. Get 22 and then 44-ish. All right, so I got 2 little dots. 2 little dots there. I'm going to take my rocket again. This just takes the guesswork out of getting your rocket fins 1/3 away from each other. Y'all see that? Okay? Takes the guesswork away. I'm going to put the little mark there, mark there. Mark there. Okay. I've got 3 little marks. Put it back on the tube. Take it out of there. Now I'm going to use my ruler. This might seem like a lot of process, but this is the best way to make an awesome rocket. And then all you do is line your ruler straight down. Put a little line on that one. Little line. Again, I'm just eyeballing. It's not rocket science. LOL. Okay. Now, oh, that's just terrible. How did I get that one so funky far off? Alright, so then I'm just going to double check it because I see one here, and then this one over here. Alright, have you ever heard of the word rifling? If you've ever shot a gun,
Like that you would go on the inside of the gun?
that's right. So, there's a purpose for that rifling in the barrel. Inside of the barrel is a twist with grooves. So as that bullet comes out of the gun, it spins that thing. Or you might also call rifling of a football. Any spinning object that's going through the air is rifling. A spinning football is going to fly farther and straighter than a flappy duck football. Am I right? Okay. So this is how you create rifling. Once you've got your 3 perfect lines, you take them and you draw a straight line down the rocket body, and then I go about 2 millimeters to one direction. Okay, that's going to go there. And if you do each one the same direction, every fin is going to be, instead of being straight up, it's going to be a little bit this way. So when that rocket hits the air, it's just going to start spinning. The better your spin and the more evenly distributed your fins are, and the straighter and the pointy part of your nose cone is, the farther your rocket's going to go. Okay. Follow me there?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm not going to do much else except to tell you that fins are not super important. There were templates like these, but I'm going to tell you that fins, the most important thing about fins is they're exactly the same size and put on the same way. Okay, so I'm just going to make a quick triangle fin. I'm going to cut you guys loose, okay? You guys have been really great and really patient. I just cut one out, basic fin, okay? I've tried so many different kinds of fins, it's ridiculous. I found that, you know what, it hardly matters at all. I can just take that fin and just trace it. But what you should do with your fin, since we're making them out of this flimsy paper, is you got to make them a little bit tougher. So you want to put some strips of duct tape on there and make sure you don't mess up their angles as you're doing that. If you want to get a different material, which I do recommend, you want to get something a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger, like a magazine cover or a notebook cover, something with a little bit more stability. I'm just going to do 2 fins for you real quick just to show you how it's done. Now you remember I did that little mark there. So I take one fin and I line it up, not with the straight line, but with the mark. So now it's going to be like a couple degrees off. I'm just going to do a quick tape. Just one little strip of tape there. That's it. Okay. That's my holder tape. Don't get crazy with the tape. You just want to get a holder tape on there. I'm going to take my next fin and then put it on the straight line, turn it 2 degrees, put my holder tape on there. Okay. Now you notice I only tape one side, right? Now I'll do the third one too, but you don't really need to see that. Once I do the third one, I'm going to flip that fin over, I'm going to tape the other side. And then it's going to stand straight up like that. Right? Amazing. I know. Okay. Any questions?
So,
you guys just got the best tutorial I've ever given. It's pretty good. But anyway. Alright. Now you're ready to build. Go ahead and get building. I'll stay for a little bit in case you guys got any questions. And there you got rocket body tubers. You can have this tuber. You may have to share. There you go. And paper, rulers, scissors, and stuff is around there. And if you want to see my example, it'll be right here for you.
Oh, one at a time.
Right?